It is Disability History Month, and this year's theme is access. How far have we come and how far have we got to go? Hello people, I hope you're all keeping well, keeping safe and keeping your distance. My name is Ben Andrews, I'm an expert in inclusion for disabled people and this channel is dedicated to just that. If you're into this type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. As it is Disability History Month and this year's focused on access, I want to explore how far we've come and how far we've got to go in making life more accessible for disabled people. So with that being said, let's get into it. Disabled people's fight for equal access is apparent throughout our history, from the Legion of the Blind's marches in the 1920s for equal working conditions, 1970s campaigns for better mobility and transport services, and the more recent passing of the Disability Discrimination Act in 1995. Despite these wins and now acknowledgement in law that disabled people should have equal access, disabled people still face a continuous battle for equal access today, and as well as our wins, the answer as to why this continues to happen might also lie in our history. Up until fairly recently, disabled people are largely excluded and detached from mainstream society through institutionalisation, shame associated with being disabled, and negative perceptions towards the contribution disabled people could make to society. This meant that disabled people were not considered or present as an integral part of mainstream society, which meant mainstream society in large didn't need to consider the needs of disabled people. While disabled people now have more rights compared to this period, it's as though society's thinking hasn't kept up with this progress and is still very much stuck in the past. We see this with disabled people being left out of the minds and conversations of decision makers, their voices and requirements unheard. Our very narrow lens of what accessibility means and who it is relevant to, and the bare minimum of access standards being met, if they are met at all. The only time disabled people really see any improvements to access is a reactive response to protest or campaigning, which doesn't sound too different from how it's always been. So how can we break this reactive cycle? Well, we need more disabled people sat around the table in positions of power as and with decision makers to ensure their voices and needs are heard. We need to increase awareness of what accessibility means, who it is relevant to, and the wider societal benefits beyond that of disabled people. And we need updated access standards, co-developed by disabled people and sector representatives, with an agreement that these standards will be adopted as best practice by the respective sectors with government backing and enforcement. If this doesn't happen, disabled people's historic battle for equal access is never going to end. While it might look as though access for disabled people has improved compared to yesterday, we've still got a long way to go to get it to where it should be today. Thanks for listening, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please do subscribe, like, share and comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on access for disabled people, how far we've come, how far we've got to go, and what you think needs to happen to support greater access for disabled people going forward. And on that, I hope you all keep well, keep safe, keep your distance, and until next time, take care.